We're back.
Yay.
This is the Full of Knit podcast. I'm Susan,
And I'm Karen.
and we'd like to welcome any new viewers and thank you, returning viewers, for coming back to see us. We had such a great time last time, we decided to do it again.
Yay.
So you can find the podcast on Ravelry and, what she
Instagram.
said. This
Yeah.
is low rent. We don't know that techno stuff, so
We don't know how to edit and we don't know how to insert stuff on the screen. Maybe we will progress with that.
if anybody wants to help us out, send us some tips, send us some apps, whatever.
Yes. Send us a 12-year-old who knows how to do this stuff.
Too bad our kids are older and not available.
Exactly.
So-
But we do have like this tripod thingy.
Yeah, which is an
my
improvement from last time.
Because we had the camera on a ironing board last time.
Holding it up with pins so it didn't slide off. You remember that?
Yes. But we got some fancy stuff now, courtesy of my
Ooh.
musician husband.
This is
So
one fancy thing.
one fancy thing, but we're getting there. So if anybody knows anything about
Yeah,
editing,
help a girl out. Come on.
Yeah.
Send us the info because
Yeah.
we do not know how to do all that fancy stuff.
and it makes my brain bleed.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. And you can also find us on Instagram and Ravelry as I am NC Knitta. She's the Havelock Zoo. See, there we go. We thought about doing the whole Silent Bob and Jay thing, but anyway, it
I
doesn't
talk
work.
too much; it won't work.
Me too. And just so you guys know, the ADD is strong with this one today. Just is. I can't. Anyway,
She's having a hard time focusing.
I really, really am. So, okay.
Well,
Did we
let's
get all
just
that
jump right
stuff out
in.
of the way?
I think we did.
All
I
right.
think we did. And did we say if you like us, give us a thumbs up and subscribe? And if you want to give us a thumbs down, don't. Just move along.
Or they can give the thumbs down, but just don't make any
No,
nasty
that's mean,
comments.
and it will upset us.
Well, if you
So,
do the like and the subscribe thing, it helps, from
Get
what
us
I
out,
understand, get us, but also the community too. It makes it easier for
To find
people to find
podcasts?
other
Oh.
podcasts.
look at
So
there. I
it's
didn't
not
know
just
that
for
either.
us; it's for
It's for everybody.
the
The
whole
community as a
community.
whole.
Right
And did
on.
you notice we're actually closer
I know,
this
right?
time? It was good feedback we got from family, friends, and viewers saying that we were a little too far back. So we are.
But after
Closer.
looking at this, I think
Uh-huh.
we kind of decided that we needed those clips that they use in the fashion industry,
whole
so we can
neck.
pull our chicken necks back and have that nice smooth neck.
Women of a certain age.
Oh well, what do I
Yes.
care? I hope I live to be 90 something so I can terrorize the crap out of everybody.
And now for something completely different, let's talk about some knitting.
No, really?
Yeah,
All
you
right.
want to go firsties?
Oh sure, why not?
Did you go? A whole
Okay.
bunch of stuff.
Well, I don't have a whole bunch of stuff, but last podcast I was knitting socks for my nephew Alex and for my niece Hannah. I finished Hannah's, but I want to start from the backstory. These are the socks that I did originally with the gray bonfire for myself, and I used the gray bonfire for the sock heel, toes, and cuffs. I can never say that. Is with the Hawthorne kettle dye that I'm doing my nephews in. So that's what they look like. So then from that came, you want to dress one while I
It's
dress
like a
one?
whole incarnation kind of thing, like evolution or something.
Well, I had an idea last night. So
Oh, no.
this is, I know, shut up. What are you going to call everybody? Okay, so Hannah's are finished. This is an FO that I was working on these 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
We would have done this 2 weeks ago, but I was out of pocket. I was supposed to go to Savannah, and, well, Irma screwed that up. So my girlfriend and I went to Gatlinburg.
I know where she went.
Yeah.
She doesn't know where she
Anyway,
went.
Facebook knows where I went to, apparently.
Exactly.
So we went to Gatlinburg, had a great time. I took a video of a cool yarn shop that I found there that we are trying to figure out, technologically, that word,
Yes.
how to get it so it can get out to y'all. And
Yeah.
when it does, when we do, it will. But until then,
We don't
you'll
know.
just have to trust me on
We
that.
don't know.
So what my idea
It was a nice yarn shop. I saw the video.
Okay, this is all going to go together. I
Okay,
finished
I'm
one of
sorry.
Alex's socks. I just have the heel left to do on the other. I'm working on it right now. Oh my God. It doesn't even fit on the sock blocker.
I know.
I hope it fits his.
I thought it was bad enough I'm making them for the RO who's
Yeah.
got.
I'm hoping
Right.
it fit. Well, it should fit. I did the
Mm.
toe up thing measuring, anyway.
Yeah.
So what my idea is I have plenty of this yarn left over.
Mhm.
And I have some of the gray bonfire left over.
Mhm.
So what I thought I would do is I probably can get a shorty pair or maybe a regular pair of socks combining these two, and I'll knit a pair for my sister-in-law. So she'll have a pair of socks with the
that
2
her kids
yarns that
have.
I thought that would be cool.
Aw, that's sweet.
I just got to find the time to do all that, but I'll make it happen somehow.
That's really cool.
So yeah, and this is my favorite.
Because she's not a big person, right?
And again, this was, let me start over. The Haute Knit Grey Bonfire. And this was the Knit Picks Kettle Dyed Goddess. And I found,
Look at
gonna
you.
die. I know.
Look at you.
I found a yarn wrap for that one. So that's those guys. Got all those done. Still working on my sons. Got one of those ready for a heel. And I've got, I think, one more pattern repeat to do on the foot. And then I'll be ready for that one. On the snake sock. Cool. All right. Go, girl.
Well, tell them about what you're wearing while
What I'm wearing
I do
is...
this.
I am wearing Watson Capelet. And it is a pattern by Karen Marlatt, I think is the way you pronounce it. I saw this at the Do You Knit shop in Apex, North Carolina. Have you ever been there?
I have not.
That's a cool, we should do a road trip up there and go
Yay,
there. That's
road
a neat place. They had a sample knit in the shop, and of course I had to have, whatever. But they modified by using a bigger needle. So I used a size 9 instead of what the pattern said. I knit the large to extra large size, and I knitted an inch longer than what the pattern said. So it's just, I get cold a lot. I think we had that discussion last time.
No, last time you were hot.
I know, but we had the discussion about me being cold all the time because it was unusual that I was hot. So it's just a really neat pattern. It was super quick to knit. I wore it up to Gatlinburg this weekend or last weekend. And it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
let me see.
It comes almost to the elbows. You could probably make it longer if
you
you wanted
can
it
pull
to.
it and stretch it. I just can't always reach.
Oh, I was just
back.
saying you could probably knit it.
Oh, you
longer
could.
Too,
Oh, certainly. Yeah, you just need to, I guess, maybe increase the time or two.
Yeah.
If you get so well, you probably wouldn't. I don't know.
I wouldn't think.
But it was a fun knit, and I really enjoyed it. And I did it with Queensland Collection Cairns, I guess that's
Cairns,
pronounced.
I think that's how you say that.
And it is a cotton and acrylic blend. So for around here where we live, that's a pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Because it's almost October and it's still 90 degrees outside.
Oh my God, it's hot as get out today. It's hot as hell today.
All right, I
see that
finished the socks for my hubby. Y'all heard the story of the Knit Picks Felici that doesn't match. The one little stripies right there. How it annoyed me, but he didn't care. He loves them. And they're actually still damp because I had to wash them real quick because I forgot that I hadn't shown them.
They're cool though. I like the
This
green.
is the Knit Picks Felici in the Witch's Brew. And then the heel is the Stroll Fingering and Sour Apple.
I love that color, and I love that with.
I know, I
all
thought
those
well, it's very
socks.
Halloweeny. So these are his little witchy socks.
His witchy socks.
His witchy socks.
Are
You'll
gonna
see
make
mine in a
some
minute.
witchy socks?
I made some. You'll see mine in
Oh,
a minute.
okay. Sorry. Let me get.
She's so pushy.
You were the pushy one last time. I had to go first. Remember? Okay. Is that?
That's that.
Okay. My next FO is.
Oh, those are so pretty.
Yeah, I've been lusting over Nora George yarn for a long time, and I finally scored on one of her updates, and I got 2 skeins, and they each came with a mini skein. So this is the Prairie Sock pattern by Kay Jones of Bakery Bears podcast. You got to check that podcast out. It is really, it's unique. It's one of my faves. I watch them every time there's they do it. Yeah. And then I have to wait like 2 weeks for the next one. It kind of bums me out. But so this is a Nora George, and I'm gonna have to read here. It's a 75% BFL, 25% nylon. The colorway is called Acorn Wood, and there was not a colorway on the contrasting heel and toe. I did these on 2.25 millimeter on 56 stitch cast on. I have like 2 pairs of socks in this pattern. 3. I've knit 3 pairs in this pattern. I love this. It's just fun. It's fast. You get into doing it, and you just can't put it down. So for me, this pattern goes really fast. So I love this yarn. I just don't know that I'll order again for it to take like 10 or 12 days to get here, and you have no way to track it.
And I'm not a competitive person. When it comes on and everybody's like, we gotta get it.
Yeah, I got asked out a bunch of times
Yeah.
on her updates, and
Yeah,
I
getting
finally.
carjacked would annoy me,
Oh.
and I'd say screw it. And
Well,
that'd be
here was the thing.
end
There
of
was
it.
another colorway I had in there. That was the
Uh-huh.
one I really, really wanted.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, okay, I'm going to do this or not. Went back to check out. I'd been carjacked, and that one was
Yeah.
gone. So I got these two, which I loved. I love this one and the
Yeah.
other one that I got, but I love the other one more. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not saying I won't ever do it again, but
Yeah.
I just kind of have to think, is it worth
Right.
all that to me? You know? So, but if I hadn't have done it, I'd have never known. So,
Right.
but I love these socks. Can't wait to wear
pretty.
these. I know. I have my other ones
Yes.
on now.
Nice. Okay, here's my witchy socks.
Those
Ta-da!
are so
Aren't they cool?
Those are so cool.
And there's two of them. See? Do. This was the last month of the Knitting Expat sock club. New York Sock Club. This is the Q train. It was
That
a really
is super
cool 2-row pattern, easy to memorize, so you don't even have to think about it. The main color, the stripey, is the Baaaaack yarns in Clownfish. And then the heel, again with the sour apple.
I love that
For
color.
the
I keep
heel,
saying that. But
I
I do
know.
love it.
And then the toe is the Duchess.
Is that what you
Okay.
used on a pair of socks you showed the last
Yes,
time
that was the last ones.
that you couldn't remember what?
Yes,
on
that
the
I
last
couldn't remember
podcast?
what it was called. Well, that was it. And that was the last one, which kind of makes me sad, but it also, I'm one of those people that if they say this is your September sock, I'm going to get it done in September.
Right.
I'm not going to knit on anything else because
You gotta
apparently
get it
the
done.
rule is you have to have it done, at least in my brain. So I feel like all I've been doing is knitting socks lately. And so I'm going to I'm not going to take a break because I'm going to do the Rhinebeck is Calling socks
I know,
for
I
next
gotta do
month.
those too.
Yes, from Kay. So, but anyhow,
You have all of them
gather
together.
them all up. Here, you'll have to hold some because
Okay.
there's a lot. There they all are.
How many pairs do you have?
I have
7.
7. So there
Look
they
at
all
that.
are. Lots of socks. So if it ever gets cold,
Oh, it'd
here.
be easier to show that way because then
Oh,
we're
will
not
it?
picking up
Okay.
the screen.
Okay.
We're not kicking it off. Stage left or stage right.
Yes. So ta-da!
Look at
And all
that.
my socks I do on 2.25 millimeter. And I actually found some Haya Sharps
These are really
on
cool, too.
Amazon, which was really exciting. Those were my birthday socks. That's birthday confetti from Artistic Lily.
Oh, I like
I
the way
like
you
that
did the
yarn.
heels.
Yes.
Different
The
contrast.
heels
That
and
is super
toes
cute.
came from No Makers.
That is super cute.
Yeah.
Doing them different on the same side.
Yeah,
So they're sisters, not twins.
exactly.
These are cool, Karen. You showed. Oh, these are the ones you showed last
Yeah,
time. with
those
that
are the
purple.
ones, yeah, with the purple. Apparently I like purple.
Apparently.
I didn't know. All right.
Alrighty. Is that all for those socks?
That is all for those socks.
Okay, I've made some headway on my Harley shawl that I showed you last time. And it's very simple knitting. It's terribly simple.
Mhm.
But I will just show you how far I came from the last time. That's where I was when we podcast the last time. And I just got a few rows in. I knit, I get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I know. And so when I travel with somebody who obviously doesn't, I'm going to be up. So I have my little system when I travel, with somebody. I have everything right by the bed. I've got my money for a drink right there. I got everything right there ready to go. So all I have to do is put my flip-flops on and walk out in the hallway. And I'll just sit out in front of in the hallway on the floor and knit till they get up. So I did that. And that wasn't a lot of progress, but not bad. It's not something that I feel like I have to knit on constantly. So and it makes me happy to knit it. So
Good.
that was that one. Oh, Lolo did it. Baby got yak. The colorway is called Harley. The pattern is Terribly Simple by Caitlin French with 2 F's. And I'm doing it on a size 6 needle. And this is my Chai Goo. Yeah, I like Chai Goo news.
I do. I think I was watching one of the Naughty Nitwits, not this past one. I think it was the one before.
Oh, I got something funny to tell you about Naughty Nitwits.
When she said that if she could have a needle that combined like the slickness of an Addy and the cord of a Chai Goo, and I agree with that. Except I would want the high sharp point as well. But maybe someday someone will have every little bit.
Everything. I know. Well, but you
But
can't.
I want it. But I want it. It's my precious.
Oh, this is too cute, y'all.
What?
Oh, well, that thing that you got in your hand is too cute.
So this, my mother's birthday is coming up, just in a couple weeks, and I just thought about it last week. Did I start this a week or so ago? Because I was like, crap, I have to make something for my mother's birthday. And she volunteers at a nursing home, so she likes to wear funny, funky stuff in there to give them all a smile. So, this is what I have made for her. Wait, let me start with his little beak.
You want me to hold the beak?
Hold his little beak. It's...
Oh, his beak fell out. Whoop.
He's long. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Shut up. Oh my God, that is too cute.
It's a flamingo scarf.
Oh, that is too cute.
Right. And Pam says I have to like model stuff now when we...
Well, then you should model stuff because Pam should know.
So here...
Pam would know.
I know. Stand up a little bit.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room to move
There
here,
isn't.
guys. So,
Ta-da! You can
that
throw
is
his little legs, or you can have
funny.
his legs hang down. So yes.
I just thought of something. Anyway, I'm not going to go there.
Anyhow, so I'll wear the flamingo for a minute, and this is the flamingo scarf from Morehouse Originals. It's on Ravelry. It's a paid pattern.
It's too cute.
They had it. Of course, I didn't print it out in color, but they had it with the pink for the body and then like orange for the beak and the legs. And I thought, well, that's weird because flamingos don't have orange beaks and legs. And if I sent it to my mother like that, she'd say, why did you send me a pink chicken to hang around my neck? So,
I thought they did have orange beak.
no, I Googled them.
Oh, okay.
I know how to do
Google,
that. That's
Google
all
knows.
the technology
Google
I know
knows.
how to do. And they had like lighter pink, and the darker pink is this Lion Brand baby wool that I had in my stash. And the beak and legs are just random bits of acrylic yarn that I had lying around. So I just kind of did this part myself, made up the colors. And they had 2 eyeballs on
It's
it.
pretty obvious though it's a flamingo.
Yes.
To me, I mean,
I think so too.
I don't. Maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't have known though if you'd have done the orange thing. I don't know.
Right. You would have said, why is it a giant chicken?
A pink chicken.
Yeah.
You can have a pink chicken. I mean, what the world's for.
I don't know.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah. But it was fun. This was a size 4 for the feet and the beak, and a size 6 needle for the body. I did these on the Addies. And it was fun. It was quick. It probably took me a weekend to do all together.
I remembered I messaged you one time and you sent me a picture and I said something about what are you knitting on, and you sent back this
A flamingo.
There's a flamingo, and I was like, what? It's my mom's birthday. And then that made sense then. Oh my God, that... Please. Oh my gosh. Okay. Are you did with that
I
one?
am done.
Okay. So last time we podcast, Karen showed you one of her finished objects was the Antarcticus. I cannot speak
Nobody
today.
can say that. Antarctis.
I'll just show you. We'll go low rent. There's my notes. I do that anyway. But anyway, that's the shawl. And it is by Janina Kalilio. Anyway.
Kalilo,
Yeah,
something like
you can
that.
Google it or you can Ravel it, whatever. So anyway, we started doing this as just a knit along between the two of us, partly because she had students that were knitting it, and she's like, I need to know what they're doing, this and that. So I was like, all right, I'll do it with you. Well, she got hers done, and I'm not done with mine yet. But the yarn that I'm using is by the same dyer that she was using, which is the 50 Shades of Gradient by the Fiber Studio, and it's in the Foxglove colorway. This is what I have left. So if I had stopped where the pattern told me to stop, I would have had none of the
You would've had none of the
green. I would have
green.
had none of the green.
Yeah.
So I'm adding some sections to it. That's why it's taken me a little bit longer. That, and it just doesn't get a lot of love all the time. But
Well, you can keep going. Yeah, you can keep going with it. Just pick a different section and keep going until you're ready to bind off.
So I'm finally getting some green in there.
Love the colors.
Yeah, I would love to have all of the green. I don't know how much more of it I can take before I just say, okay, you got some green, let's cast off and be done with it. But it's super soft. This is great.
They dye the prettiest
yarn.
They
do, and it is nice to knit with. Nice to knit with. I'm doing this on size 6 needles, going by the pattern pretty much, except for the part of adding sections so I can get the green in there. So I think, oh, I got one more whip, I think.
You got it?
Yeah, I got one more
Well, I
whip.
still got, this isn't a whip and it's not a finished object. It's kind of sort of in between. I've made myself some slippers. These are the felt clogs, fiber trends. And here they are. I haven't felted them yet, so I guess that's why they're not exactly a finished object.
Doo-doo-doo. So huge before you felt them.
Whee!
They're like the Jolly
They're
Green Giant.
Oh, bunny ears.
They wouldn't even fit our kids.
They'd be bunny ears.
Oh, you were so out there today. And I'm the one talking about having ADD? Okay.
So I haven't felted them yet, so we'll see what happens then. These are going to go from this huge, they're going to fit my size 6 feet.
Yeah, I love those. I've worn 2 pairs of those out.
I have the...
And I've never knit the first pair.
Oh, this is the first pair I've knit. I wore a hole in my other pair, like right here. So I may take a little more yarn and go through
And reinforce it.
Reinforce it right there, because I have enough left over to do that. And I've done it in the Lamb's Pride Bulky. And the top of it is the Lotus Pink. And then the bottom is a Smoky Sage. And these are done on size 13 needles, so they are also a quick knit, except the sole is double. You do one sole and then you go back and do it again, so it's nice. They are so squishy. They are the nicest slippers.
They're very cool.
So,
like I said, I've had 2 pairs given to me.
Yeah.
And I've worn through, I don't know at this point now that I've worn through them if I could get those leather bottoms and put on them.
I don't see why not.
But if I ever get another pair or knit another pair, I'm definitely going to put the leather bottoms on. Because that's 2 pairs I've worn out. So obviously, hint, hint, I need more than just...
Well, and I actually have some roving. And I was going to try to like needle felt.
Yeah, I tried that.
It didn't work.
Not for me, but you try it and see. Because if you got it to work, I might maybe we can work a deal with me paying you to fix mine.
Oh boy.
Mm.
All right, I got one more
Me too.
thingy. Oh, you want to go too?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
Okay.
go.
Oh, look at your skulls. Oh,
I know. Our knitty friend Pam made this.
Is that one of hers too? 'Cause
Yes.
mine's in a Pam bag
Oh,
too.
that is so funny. We didn't plan that. It just happened. I got her to make me some for UNC for Christmas one year.
Oh, cool.
And she threw in the extra and...
Oh,
well, no, you know
that's
what?
good.
No. This is when
Oh.
we did a sock class at my house.
Oh, okay.
And she made one for everybody there, and she just tossed them on the table and said, take what you want. And I'm standing back, and I'm
You're
like, please,
skulls!
please don't take that one. Please don't take that one. Please don't take that one. And nobody did, and I was like, oh, thank the Lord, because I really wanted this one. It is, I love it. Okay, so in this pretty bag by Pam,
I love
this is
that
a free pattern, right?
Yeah.
So I can show it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was what I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you. I have some worsted weight sock yarn left over that I wanted to find something to do with. So my friend Karen suggested the Easy Fingerless Mitts. First time I've ever done a thumb gusset.
But the nice part is, you don't have to pick up any stitches.
No.
For the thumb.
No.
Once you do the thumb gusset and keep going,
You don't, yeah. And that
You're
was
done,
that
which is
always,
nice.
That was one of the things
because
that always
that's fiddly.
freaked me out with the
Yes.
thumb gusset on stuff. So
Yeah.
that, and I have...
It's the nicest pattern for fingerless
I have a
knits.
hoe. So
Yellow
the
hoe.
yarn I'm using is the, I don't know how to pronounce this. We used to sell it where we used to work. Still don't know how to pronounce it. Jarbo
Yarbo
garn in the raggy. And this is color, well, I'll just put it up there because it's numbers. It doesn't have a name. I have 2 pairs of socks in this, and I knit my kid a pair of socks in the other one. I wish we could find I like this, and it's self-striped, so. But this is the hoe, haven't woven in the ends.
Ooh, I like that. Those are very fall.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I can be able to give them away because they're like.
Oh no, are you giving these away?
I don't know yet. I don't know. But they are super duper cool. I love fingerless mitts.
Yes. You know, it's funny because the first pair I made, I think the first pair I made was that pattern, and ever since then I cannot wear full gloves or mittens.
Oh yeah,
because it drives me crazy.
Right.
It's like my fingers are covered.
Anything.
You can't do anything.
I mean, you can feel the steering wheel, but kind of not.
Yeah. Well, I had mittens for when I used to walk the dogs because.
Well, and
But even then, when you had to pick up the poop, you had to take your hand out. Yeah.
We don't get super duper cold weather here anyway.
Very rarely.
So, like, we all have stuff that if we have one of those times, you know, God
every
forbid.
once in a while.
But these, I think, for around here. For me,
perfect.
are perfect. Yeah. My fingers sometimes get cold, but I can live with that till I get to where I'm going.
Yeah.
And then the other one is knit out of the same yarn, just in a different colorway.
Oh yeah, you did socks out of that. I remember.
Yeah, because you had to help me. Oops. That's the colorway. I got all wonky on my heels, so I just sent them to Karen, and she figured them out.
I unwonked them.
This one does have the ends woven in. See, I like these too.
I do.
So
those are kind of classier almost.
I know, but so I don't know. I'll get them. I'll do something with them. But that is super duper cool. And this is worsted weight, so it goes super duper fast. Super duper fast. Yes. Why would you ask? Do I have one in one color and one in another? Because I'm ADD. And I had worked on this color and I didn't want to do it again, so I picked up this color. That's why.
But there's nothing wrong with that as long as you do the other one.
Girl, I accepted my ADD a long time ago, okay? Whatever. It's all good.
Well, you know what the funny thing is my next finished object.
Oh, that's fun.
Are fingerless mitts too.
Well, you know. All right. Great minds. Great minds. Think alike.
Put them on. Love. These.
I feel like I'm going out of the...
I don't know if
like I'm dropping off the frame. Should I get closer?
You can if you want.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know if this is a paid for pattern or not, so we'll just show you part of it here. This is the Olivia Mitts by Bunny Muff, and it's on Ravelry. I don't know. I can't remember if it's free or not. Sorry. Anyhow, there they are. Aren't they pretty?
What yarn?
Really easy pattern. This is the this yarn was gifted to me from my friend Kay because I babysat her son's fish while they went on vacation. And it didn't die? She saw it didn't die, so yay, awesome. I got a treat.
Awesome.
I didn't let the cats eat it, so.
Even better.
But she bought it because of the name of it. It's the Merino Sport Tosca Pastel, and my dog's name was Tosca. And she passed away back in April at the ripe old age of 17, so she had a good long life. But the really freaky part was Kay bought this on the day that she died.
Oh, that's super weird.
Yeah. So she said, yeah, I saw it and I bought it. And she said, and then later on that day, I looked on Facebook and saw that you had to let her go.
Do me a favor. If you ever see a yarn with my name on it, don't buy it.
No, tell Kay that. Don't tell me.
Ooh, that is weird.
So this is done in that yarn. It's a sport. And the needle, size 6. I did it on double points, on my Lantern Moon ebony double points, which are my favorite.
Oh, they're nice. You got the Cadillac.
Yeah, they're expensive, but
they're Cadillac.
They're nice. But I have
all that left over.
All this left over, and it's like 77, 78 grams. And they have a hat. Now this one is a paid for pattern. I don't think there's anything on here.
Does it match
the
hat? Oh, awesome.
It's Olivia hat, and it matches the mitts, the same little faux cable-y kind of pattern. But the pattern for the hat calls for worsted weight. But I'm figuring I'll just maybe add some more stitches
Yeah.
And
Well,
see if
you
I
can
get
do
it to
that. See,
work.
that would freak my mind out. I'd have to call you for a
Freaks
tutorial
me out a
session
little
about
bit,
that.
but I'll try it. Because I thought about doubling it at first, but then it might lose the prettiness of the yarn. So I was thinking I could just add.
Well,
Math,
it might not.
math is kind of like technology. But
No,
I'm
I
gonna
know
try
more
it.
technology
And
than
I don't
do
know
math.
if there'll be enough to do a hat, so I was thinking maybe of finding a sport, like a solid,
Yeah.
to do that stuff.
The
That
brim.
yeah, the ribbing. So, anyhow, these are nice and light. They're not as, they're not heavy, because like Susan said, it rarely gets lower than 40 here in the
Thank you.
wintertime.
Well, not on a steady basis. Like we
Right.
might have one really super cold day, but
Right.
it doesn't stay cold.
Right.
It doesn't stay cold like that. I
No.
mean, it's cold to me because anything under 75 is cold to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the bummer about Gatlinburg.
Was it cold?
No. You think
How did that happen?
well, I grew up here on the coast, right?
Right.
And so you always think about going to the mountains and you're up in the mountains and it's going to
Yeah.
be cooler.
Right.
And
No?
no, it was hot as hell there too. Oh my God. And walking, I about killed myself walking to that yarn shop. Oh my God. It was hot. It wasn't as humid, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my God. Oh, well, so like I said, we got washed out of Savannah because that's where we were supposed to go. And my girlfriend said, where do you want to go? And
Yeah.
she said, I don't have time to talk about it. Just send me ideas. So I'm texting her ideas. And she was super busy at work. And so I'd send something and she'd send something back. And finally I said, I don't give a damn at this point if we go to Atlantic Beach as long as we get out of town.
Atlantic Beach is like 20 miles down the
Like
road.
40 minutes from where I live. And she was like, well, what about Gatlinburg? Have you ever been to Gatlinburg? And I said, yeah, when I was 6. And she's like, well, you want to go? I was like, I don't care. I'm along for the ride. You just
Right.
tell me. Because this was on Wednesday. We were leaving Thursday morning.
And had no idea
And
where
we're
you're
panicking,
going.
yeah. And so since I get a text message later on, we're booked in at this hotel, right? And I was like, okay, great. So we're riding along and we're coming into Gatlinburg, and up in the distance, I see this round building, you know.
Mhm.
And the whole time we're riding, I'm thinking, dude, that would be cool to stay there. But I didn't say anything. I
Yeah.
should have said something.
Yeah.
So we go through Gatlinburg and we turn. We were supposed to, the GPS is yakking, and so we turn on this road, and there's this big, like almost arbor looking thing over the road that said Park Vista Hotel. So we knew we were in the right place. Well, we start going up this mountain. I kid you not, I took a video of it.
Yes.
Did you
I
see
couldn't
it?
watch because it made me nauseous.
Oh no! I'll show you the one when we're done with this from our balcony.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Heights and
Okay.
me. No.
Well, I don't. Anyway, that's
Yeah,
a
I
whole
get total
nother.
motion
That's a whole
sickness,
nother
yeah.
podcast. But we start going up this road, and we do this, and we do this, and we switch back. I mean,
Whoa.
and we're both like, "Oh my God, are we in the right place?" And I was like, "Well, we have to be because there was that big sign back there."
Yeah.
And so you're going, and you don't know where you're going. You can't see anything because it's all like this. And all of a sudden she goes, "Oh my God!" And I said, "What?" She said, "I think I hear banjos."
Yeah.
Because all we could think about was deliverance,
Yes.
So you finally get up the top, and boom, you're in this this big flat parking lot, and there's that hotel that
you
I had been
saw?
seeing in the distance. Oh my God, y'all, it was gorgeous. We stayed on the 14th floor
Ugh.
on top of this mountain.
Ugh.
And we could almost see back to North Carolina. It was wild. And then, so I'm standing on the balcony one morning just taking in the view, and you could hear cars every time they're coming up the drive, I guess.
Nobody's going to sneak up on you.
No. And so I took my iPad out and I just started filming them because you can just see them coming down and, doing this thing. And it was wild. But it was great because once we got there, you could take the trolley from the hotel that runs all through Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
So as long as you're on the right colored trolley to get back to the hotel, we didn't move the car the whole weekend.
Oh, cool.
Went anywhere we wanted to go and just did the trolley thing. You buy a 2-day pass. No, a 1-day pass for $2. Ride all day long. Otherwise, you got to chunk 50 cents in there every time, and I'm not going to be bothered by that. So we did that, and it was a great trip. But no, it wasn't cold or even cool. No. And that's what I
Weird.
expected. I know. I took hand knits. I
know,
wore
you
this.
think mountains, you think cold.
I took my Castra shawl.
Yeah.
I took my Trail Multi shawl. Nope. Even took my hand knit sweaters that I made. Nope. Not wearing them there. hot as hell, sweating like a pig, walking down Main Street in Gatlinburg trying to go get a big fat steak, which was, oh, I'll tell you about that later too. That was super, super good. Biggest piece of meat I've ever seen on a platter.
Yum.
Right. It was super duper good. Okay, so are you done with...
I think, yeah.
So we've already done whips and FOs, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. I have one more whip. I'm just going to show it because it's honestly the only thing I have on my needles right now, which is really weird.
No way.
I know.
I wish you'd have told me that. I could have brought you that poncho to finish with.
Yeah.
What? Please?
A new pair of socks for the husband because I finished the last ones and he's like, oh, I need more. So I got the little cuffs done. And after the whole issue that I had with the Felici last time, I decided I was just going to start them from different ends and make them deliberately different. So we're going to have, this is called Steamer Trunk. It's from the latest
incarnation
of Felici. And y'all, I got an email that everything they have left is on sale.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It's
really?
like
How did I miss that? Oh, I
like,
guess I haven't checked my email.
You haven't checked your email. I just saw it yesterday.
I got like...
I don't know if I need any more because I've got
a stash
right
somewhere. There. Behind my hair?
Right here. Right here.
Oh, yeah. Right
in my head. So, I'm going to do the Hermione's Everyday Socks on that. And I have them on 2.25 Chiao Goos. I love the cord on these.
Yeah.
It's just
we were just having a discussion about
so
cords.
Flexible.
Where did you get those, the needles?
Where did I get them? I think I got them when I was in Virginia Beach visiting my mom at the Yarn Club.
Oh, okay. That place you went where she got you the cool kitty bag?
Yeah, the kitty bag. And I'm going to do the heels in hot tamale. Right.
That'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
I can't
Nobody will ever see it because it's not like he wears socks and sandals.
It doesn't matter.
I'm buying a pair of Birkenstocks though. I think for the winter time.
Oh my God! So you can wear your hand knit socks.
Yes,
those
and
are
everybody
the ugliest
can
sandals
see
ever made.
I know they are, but I want people to see my socks.
I'll just pull my pants leg up. They can
thought she was going to say just pull my pants down, and I'd be like, oh.
Well, that would like be counter.
That would cover your socks, yeah.
Yeah,
that would.
And they couldn't see my socks.
Right, it wouldn't work.
They'd see all. Well, no. Well, anyway, they don't need to see all that.
Moving on.
Yeah. So, I guess that makes us move on to booty call.
Yay, booty!
And I have just a teeny tiny bit of booty call. I did buy a souvenir skein of yarn in Gatlinburg that my friend that I went with liked, and I started knitting her a pair of socks with it, and I'm still trying to figure out if I like it in the pattern that I'm doing, the way it's dyed and everything. So I didn't bring it to show because this was how crazy I was. I had taken, I don't know, 4 things to knit on, right? So we go to that place and I buy it and I get back in the hotel room and I'm like, oh, I'm going to cast on a pair of socks right now. So I got a skein of yarn, you know, I mean, not a skein, but a hank of yarn.
Right.
Well, duh, did I ask them to wind it into a ball for me at the shop? No, because I have all that at home.
Right,
well,
so you weren't thinking about it.
Yeah. So I get back and I'm like, crap, how am I going to do this? And I said, I gotta wind this up. And she just looks at me and I said, I went to get the luggage rack thing.
You're like, that you put your hands out, girlfriend.
No, I knew that wasn't going to happen. Because I said, I went to get the luggage rack thing. And I moved it over. And she's like, what are you doing? And I said, well, unless you want to do this for the next hour. She goes, no, I'm not doing that. And I said, I know. So it fit perfectly around the 2 ends of the luggage rack. And it took me a while to hand wind it, but I hand wound it. And then after I was done hand winding, I was like, oh my God, you are not casting on a pair of socks tonight.
Yeah.
No, not going to happen. So anyway, I'll show them later on down the road. I still got to figure out whether I like that stuff or not. So my other booty call is I have a client at the studio who wants me to knit a baby blanket for her. And I've done this one, I don't know, this pattern like 3 times now.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love this pattern. It's fun to knit. It's I guess I could say pretty quick to knit.
Relatively mindless, because once you get going.
Yeah. And it is a free pattern. So it is the Chevron Baby Blanket by Espace Tricot. I can't say it with that lovely accent that they can, but It is super fun. And I printed this in black and white. Sorry, y'all. This calls for like 5 different colors. I'm only doing it in 3. So part of my booty call from Knit Picks, I'm doing it in these 3 colors. And I got to decide on order. So we're gonna do that. I think I'm gonna ask you. This one's Whisker, Flamingo, and White. So should I go in that color order? Or should I go in this color order? Or, you know?
No, I kind of like it going from lighter to darker. So, with the white, pink, and then gray.
So white, pink, so this way.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Pam, if you're watching, send her a message.
Yeah, please color professional.
She's our color coordinator.
So yeah, I like that, and I love this yarn. Every one of those blankets I've knit.
Which one is that?
The last one I knit, the Comfy Worsted.
Okay,
it's the Knit Picks Comfy Worsted.
Is it? Okay, it's got acrylic
and it's like $2.50,
Yeah.
$2.60 a ball or something like
Pima
that.
cotton with a little bit of acrylic.
Yep.
Yeah.
The first one I knit with the Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton.
Yeah.
And then
I
the
like that
last
one, too.
one before this one I knit with this.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and reordered.
The machine drop, wash, and tumble dry.
Yep, you can't beat it. And for new moms with babies, I mean, I wouldn't want
Well,
that.
yeah, because
anything
you know
that I
they're
had
not going to hand wash something.
No, I wouldn't. I would be lazy. So that's that. Oh, and I got one more thing. Actually, I got 2 more things, but I'm only going to show you one.
So there.
So, you know, if you order from Knit Picks, you know, if you order $50 or more, you get free shipping. So on the occasion that I need stuff and she needs stuff and neither one of us order 50, we just team up, we do one order, and then we part it out when it gets here. So find you a Knit Picks friend to do that with.
A Knit Picks
save you on
buddy.
shipping. But all I needed was like, I don't know, a few dollars this last time, so I wasn't going to worry her with that. So I ordered, I'm going to try them out, see how they work. The Knit Picks nickel plated 40-inch 2.25 sock needle. Well, I'm calling it a sock needle. I don't know what they call it. Sorry for the crinkle. But we were just talking about the cable on your Chai-Goo. The joins feel really smooth to me. And the cable, I don't know. We'll see. I'll try them out and see how they slide. And they're not
as
they're
pointy.
not high. Well, they're not high pointy, but feel. They're still pointy.
Not bad.
Yeah. They're not, like, I don't think they'll poke a hole in you like the high sharps will, but I'm going to try them and see. I think they were like $5 and something. So I thought for that, I'll just try them and see. Because, yeah, as many socks as you and I knit and have on the go, I mean, you could have like
a ton of sock needles.
Yeah. If we like them. If we don't like them, then we don't use them, but... So I thought I'd try those and see what was up with that. So, you got any booty call?
I do.
You do?
I have something from the mystical land of... But you see what I have.
Uh-oh. Still in the package. The mystical land of...
Tuft woolens.
Oh, you dog.
This stuff... I was beginning to think it was some sort of urban legend.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, oh, you can touch it.
Can I smell
Some
it?
sort of urban legend, because every time that there was a update, I would go in and it was like...
There's never any there.
Sold out,
Same
sold
here.
out, sold out. So I'm
Same
thinking,
here.
you know what? They're just tricking us.
Yeah.
They're not really making any soap. They're just putting
This
it...
smells really good.
And I don't know, you know, all those other people that seem to be able to purchase it all the time...
Yeah.
They must know something more about the internet, again, technology, that we don't know, because they just seem to get in there and click.
Well, I
and
think
this
they
was
do
actually a mistake. Not a mistake, but it was just kind of like...
happenstance that you got
Yeah,
there.
it was like a happy accident. I saw
sounds
the
good.
email and I said, well, I'll go look and see, but there probably won't
Maybe
be
they
anything
do that
there.
notification thing that when somebody updates, they have some way to notify. I don't know all that technology stuff,
We
so
don't.
I don't worry
This is
with
the
it.
chai. This is the chai spice. And
That
it
smells super good.
And this is the actual sock soap. I have gotten some of the body stuff from her before, the little samples of the body soaps, and I really love the lavender one. And here's her little card. So But honestly, if she would make a jasmine vanilla body soap, she could just put me on auto ship. Because that's my favorite scent, and those rat bastards at Bath and Body Works have discontinued it.
Oh.
They call it retired. I call it discontinued.
Screwed Karen over.
Yeah, exactly. So I bought as much as I could, but eventually I'm going to be like a little kid whose battery's dying in his cell phone. Using smaller and smaller amounts each time. So,
well, cool.
But I really like
Lucky
the way
you.
the stuff felt on my skin. So, and I like the lavender scent.
Well, then it has to feel good on socks then.
I'm
Or
thinking.
wools. I mean,
Well,
your
this
wool,
has got.
it says sock soap, but I guess you could use it for any wool, really.
Yeah, wool wash for all woolens.
Do you have to rinse this one?
So
Yeah.
rinse. Yeah. So
See, I'm lazy. I like to know rinse stuff.
well, we're gonna try it and see. I know Kay told me she bought like 3 bars, and I thought, well, I haven't tried it before, so I don't know if I'll like it. So
We'll see.
We'll see.
You'll try it out and find out.
But oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Is that all your booty call?
That's it.
That's it?
Like I said, and I bought the Haya sharp needles. I bought those on Amazon.
Right.
From a company called Woolly Baw.
Right.
So I'll have to keep. I got a card from them. I don't know what I did with it.
Okay, so a couple months ago?
About a month or so.
Jamie at Random Fandom Bags did a giveaway on Instagram for her little tea bags that she does. And I think you sent me a...
I did. I sent
you sent me...
You're supposed to tag
me,
people.
You tagged me, and then I tagged you back.
Right.
And so then I come home one day from work, and I had a message from Jamie at Random Fandom Bags that I won. I never win anything. I tag people all the time in those giveaway things, and I never win anything. So I did, and they came, and
she won 2
for my friend. So we each got the little pumpkin progress keeper and our tea bag. And if any of you guys don't know about the tea bag, it is a little notions pouch, and it's got a clear vinyl on the front, so you can see what's in there. And her project bags have that too. I went in before with the podcast today and checked her shop, and she does have a few bags and a few of the tea bags left. So go check her shop out. And to me, this works because I can see what's in it.
Right.
I've got ever how many project bags laying around, and to have to go through each one of them, unless you memorize what bag you have what in, you can just look on the outside and see.
And it's got a cute little lobster claw, so you can hook it on your project bag.
It is super cute.
If you want.
Yep, so go check her shop out. That's Random Fandom Bags on Etsy, and her name is Jamie. And follow her on Instagram because she does a lot of cool things. Posting, you know, like the giveaway thing, and she makes some really cool bags. I think that's probably going to be the next bag purchase for me.
Yeah, one
will
from
be
her.
from Random Fandom Bags. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. And
I
was
have
nice
one other booty call thing too that I'm wearing.
Oh
Do
my
we
gosh.
see? Oops. These are my new nitty pajamas. Yes, I'm wearing pajamas. It's Sunday.
You are a goofball.
Possibly afternoon.
Possibly afternoon.
I don't know.
It is. It's afternoon.
Okay,
Trust me. I know what time I left to get here. It's afternoon.
I'm wearing underwear with my pajamas, so that's too much information.
Yeah.
Probably would be too much if I said I wasn't wearing underwear, but
well,
anyhow,
not to me.
But look, they've got yarn, and they've got
sweaters.
cats.
Oh God!
It's knitted. It's got little
scissors
cats.
and needles and yarn. Where are the cats at?
They're
on
knitted.
the yarn.
They're
it's
knitted.
Knit on the sweater piece.
Yes.
I see. Okay, I got it.
They're so
I
cute.
got it.
I got them at Target.
I never go to Target. I never shop.
I don't usually ever go there either because I'm not in New Bern that often, but I think I had to wait for a doctor's appointment or something.
Right.
So I just wandered through there and I was like,
They always have cool. That's why I don't need to go there.
Yeah.
Because they have really neat stuff, and I really don't need to spend the money. Even though I got that Target red card, you know, you get 5% back on your purchase.
Yeah.
Which is cool that they do that, but I still don't need to go spending the money.
No, because that's yarn money.
That's right. I did have to put gas in the car today.
Oh no.
And for the first time coming down here, it was cheaper where I live than down here.
It's weird. It's like sometimes it's cheaper here, sometimes it's cheaper
Most
there.
of the time it's cheaper here.
Yeah.
But today,
Well, because we have that Walmart gas station.
well,
And
I
they
don't
keep
ever
the
pay attention
prices.
to that.
But they keep the prices low because they always sell
well,
lower
it wasn't
than
today
everybody else.
because I paid two.
Who knows?
It was $2.49, and I have my Shell card, and I get
Mhm.
5% off a gallon. So I was paying $2.44 a gallon, and it was $2.50 something on the way down here.
Really?
Yeah, like $2.59, $2.52. Anyway, that's just weird. I thought that usually it's more
Yeah, who knows?
where I live. Okay, let me
What else
see.
got?
I watched the Espace Trico. They just put out 2 new ones. They've been traveling this summer.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are into knitting notion porn, knitting gadget porn, watch their podcast because they have a store, Espace Trico, and they have the coolest I could spend a war pension just going, oh my god, that's cool. And then the next thing I was like, oh, I gotta have that, you know, because and they're pretty quick. They're not long, and they just rip it out there, man, like nobody's business. You have to go watch it. I can't even tell you all the stuff that they showed today.
Okay.
But they have some really cool gadgets on there. And one of that led me to think about the things to kind of get, and I won't say gadget, I guess tools that I use a lot is, and this is the older version because I think the newer version has
I think it's a red cover, doesn't it?
it has a DVD in the back, I think.
Oh, okay,
Remember?
yeah.
We used to sell them at the store we used to work at together. Is a Knitter's Companion. It's got a lot of different tips and tricks in here, things, you know, binding on, casting off. It has a needle gauge in the back.
wow.
And a
That-
gauge, yeah.
Apparently never paid any attention to
Yeah,
it.
see, I've used it. It's got stains all over
Yeah.
it. But the thing I use it for most frequently, well, if I'm doing something and I don't know how to do it, if it's in here, I'll use this. Otherwise, I go to the internet. Is the Kitchener stitch for
your toes.
for the toes of my socks because I can never remember it. I don't do it enough to commit it to memory, and I don't want to commit it to memory anyway because I have this handy gadget now. I just got to find it in here. Where is it?
Do you do most of your socks toe up?
As well, since I learned how to do cuff down, I've done a lot cuff down.
Okay.
You know,
I do most of mine
you don't
cuffed
have.
down.
If you do toe up, you don't have to have it. But if I
Yeah.
do a cuff down sock, yeah, I do. And which ones did I do? Something I was working on. I just did it now. Oh no, I know why I had it out. Was Kitchen the Heels on Hannah and Alex's socks.
Oh, you did afterthought
So
heels?
I did afterthought heels, so I had to use it for that too. So I just open it up to that, and I prop it like that on the table, and I follow 1, 2, 3, 4 because I
There
can't
you
remember it. So I think that's one of my most used.
Yeah. That's one of the few things
Gadgets.
I can remember is the kitchen.
I cannot.
Stitch.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, this is easy. You go this way on the first one and that way on the second one on the front needle. And so then when you go to the back, you know, and it makes sense to me. But I always get confused and then they come out scrubby. So anyway, if you don't have one, I think you might benefit from having one in your knitting bag because it's full of all different kinds of basic stuff, sizing charts for knitting sweaters and whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah, so all right. You got any favorite gadget over there? No?
No.
Okay. Can you think of a favorite gadget?
Not close at hand. I'm trying to think. As
Oh.
I'm sitting here. Favorite gadget.
I mentioned earlier.
I have a lot of gadgets. I just.
Oh, I know you have a lot
Oh,
of
you know what?
No,
Hang
but I
on.
know his brother who.
Art. I got this. I haven't done anything with it.
Oh, I want one of those
yet.
so bad.
Down at the Salty Sheep because there's a sweater that I want to do. I just haven't. I've got one part of the yarn. It's 2 colors, and this from Coco Nets.
I want one of those.
It's a stitch holder kit. It's got a leather cord. Look, it's all fancy.
Ain't you fancy?
I know, I'm fancy.
I went to that fancy thing the other night after work.
So the little tips go on the leather cord. And so when you want to try your sweater on, you can just like, if you're knitting, knit the next row, and it'll put it on this great big long cord, and then you can try it on. And then instead of having to if you have it on waste yarn, sometimes you got to put it all back on your needle. You can just knit right off of these because they got the, take them out of here.
So you just pick your knitting needle back up.
Yeah, you pick your knitting
with
needle
your knitting
back
needle,
up,
puts it back
and
up
then
on your
see
needle.
it's got a.
Cool. So they only come in
there.
2 sizes? Or are these
Well,
the same
they're
size?
the same size. They just go on
Okay.
either end of the
So I
cord.
guess it wouldn't matter if you're knitting with a different size needle is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter because you're not knitting with this. You're knitting with your needle
Right,
and then
yeah.
going back to your
right,
needle.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Slide down there. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that's the Salty Sheep in Swansboro, North Carolina.
Ooh, I should have taken these out. This makes a lot of noise.
I could sing while you do that, and then that would make a lot of noise.
Well, we could call the RO to come in and sing.
Yeah, that's true. He's better. He's a musician.
Would he?
Probably not.
Why?
He doesn't want people to know that he knows us.
Oh. You wait till I get downstairs.
That's why we have to call him. Oops.
Just wait till
That's
I
why
get
we have to call him
downstairs.
the RO, the
Okay,
retired
so
one.
I guess I'll talk while I'm doing this.
Okay.
So I think almost everybody in the knitty world has a Cozy Memories blanket on their needles or finished and they're using it or they're knitting one or whatnot. And that's great. I got one too. Except I don't always want to work on it.
Yeah.
But I do want to kind of, don't show yet.
I'm not.
Let me get
I
the other
just-
ones out.
Keeping it from falling.
I just want to keep memories of some of the things I do. And so last year, I thought, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to knit some of those ornaments. You know, you knit the Christmas ornament and you stuff the clear ball down inside of it. Well, I knit one. And I thought, to hell with that. I'm not doing that again. No thanks.
It brought her no joy, apparently.
Well, the problem was that I thought I bought the right size ball for what it said.
Yeah.
And it was not. And then I got pissed. So I went downstairs to where the Christmas ornaments are kept, and I found an old one that's not going to be used on the tree.
Yeah.
That was the size, and I crammed it down in that, and I made it work. Well, I thought, well, the heck with this. It's hard enough for me to knit the stupid thing. You know, it's not my jam. So,
You could have stuffed it with polyfill.
yeah, no. Then you got to worry about stitching it up somehow and making some kind of hanger. No, no thanks. So then I don't even know how the idea came to me, but my idea was, and I've only got 3 done. I've got 3 more empty ones down there to do, is to take the cuttings or the leftovers from yarns from projects that you do and put in it. So like this one.
Oh, pretty.
These are the iridescent on the outside. Sorry, guys, it's hard to see, but that's a yarn from the very first sweater I knit this year.
You can see the ceiling fan in there.
You really sure can. If I move it over here, no, it follows. This was the Malabrigo. I can't remember the color name.
Okay.
So I stuffed that into there, and then I made my friend Z a shawl out of some Cedar Creek Farm, I think it was called, yarn. And I did that cutesy little thing where you take toothpicks and put beads on them and you knit like you're knitting a sweater or a swatch or a scarf or whatnot. So I did that with that one and put it in here, which I think is super cool. Does that work better?
Hand behind it, you can see.
That iridescent stuff on the front of these balls is making it happen. And then, so that's those 2. And then the third one is the sock yarn from the socks I knit for my niece and my nephew. So there's the gray bonfire in there and the hawthorn. Does that help any or not?
A little bit.
No, it just wants to. Anyway, I just thought it was a neat way to.
It is cute.
To commemorate without having to put the time into the blanket. And they're pretty. I mean, especially if you have pretty. Even if you don't have what to you is a pretty yarn, if it has a memory connected to it,
exactly.
why not? So
Very cool.
this was super fun to do.
How did you get it down in there? Did you squeeze them together?
Very carefully. Ancient Chinese secret.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it was not. You know what? I don't even remember now how I did it. I think maybe I stuck the extra needle in through there, I think I stuck the extra needle in through there, and then I think I may have folded it as much as I could.
And
Stuffed it down in there,
Yeah.
and then taken a like a 0 or 1 needle and poked around in there till I got it.
Straighten out, yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
it flops
really cool.
around in there, but that's all right. Doesn't matter. I know what it is, and it's for me, so it doesn't matter.
You know what you
So-
could also do? I have an ornament that Suzanne made Christmas time.
Oh, I got one too. She gave me
Yeah,
one
where
too.
she just glued it and wrapped it
Yeah.
around, the yarn around it.
And if I
that was
remember
really
correctly,
pretty.
that tore her nerves up too.
Yeah, probably did. But
But it was cute. I have mine hanging. I finally bought some of those 3M sticky things that you can stick on your wall, and it won't, when you're ready to take
Yeah.
it off, you just shoop, and it doesn't.
yeah,
I'm going to stick those along going up my stairway, and I'm going to hang.
cool. Wonder if those things would
The
stick
one
on
I
these
made.
walls, because I could hang.
I don't know. I'm going to hang the one I made, the one she made me. I may hang these on there.
Yeah.
All the way up, and project
Cool.
bags and whatnot, because I figure
Yeah.
that gets my project bags out of the way.
Yeah.
And then I can see them. You know, they're not out of sight, and I
Yeah.
can see them walking up the steps, and I'm like, yep, I'm going to work on you tonight and
Oh.
snatch it off. And
That's a good idea.
I don't know. We'll see. I hadn't gotten there yet. I finally got the things. I just haven't got them stuck anywhere. I think that was all I wanted to show.
Okie dokie.
Okay,
I don't
but
think I have anything
okay,
else
so
either.
a couple podcasts
Oops.
that I've watched recently. The Crazy Sock Lady is doing a 3,000 subscriber giveaway.
I saw that. I watched it last night.
Yep, I think I watched it this morning. So all you have to do is subscribe to her podcast and go to the Rivalry group and join the group and just leave a comment. And she's giving away some really cool stuff for that
Yes.
3,000.
Yes.
so,
Subscriber,
yeah.
yeah.
Let's see, 3,000 subscribers. We'll probably be
Dead.
100.
I was going to say we'll be dead before.
What do you think's gonna come first? Us knitting our stash or 300 or
3,000
3,000 subscribers?
Yeah. No, I think it's probably going to be old age and
I don't
nursing
care.
home.
I don't
before
care. It's just fun to do. I don't care if nobody watches but us.
No, I know.
So I wanted to mention that, and also another podcast that I really enjoy is Christy Glass Knits. Have you ever watched hers?
I have. I've watched some of her interviews.
Hers
I
are
like
usually
those.
pretty short. They don't
Yeah.
take a lot of time. She gets right to it and does it, and
Yeah.
she's good to go. I've discovered a lot of interesting makers through
Yeah.
watching her podcast. It's just, I just enjoy it because they're short. You can watch
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them
Mhm.
in no time, you know, and I always learn something. Go different places with her. She travels. She does the Show Me Your Rhinebeck sweater at Rhinebeck and all that. So that might be one you guys want to check out also. And of course, Naughty Knitwits. I always have to watch that.
I know.
Which I got
They're
something funny
hilarious.
to tell you about it. When did they put out their new podcast? Like a week and a half ago?
I don't
It's
remember.
almost been 2 weeks, I think. So I watched it, I don't know, like a day or two after it came out. And, you know, I always get up early in the morning, right at 4. And I usually don't go back to sleep for a couple reasons. Number one, it's usually hard for me to do so. 2, when I do and I wake up, I feel hungover and I feel crappy. And it's just better if I just stay awake. But yesterday morning, for whatever reason, I thought, oh, I'm still kind of tired. I think I'm going to lay back down and go back to sleep. So I got up at 4. No, actually, I got up at 3:45 yesterday morning.
Oof.
And about, I know you hadn't even rolled over yet.
No.
And about 5 o'clock, I thought, you know what? I don't have anything. I don't have to be to work till 10. I can sleep till, 6:45, 7 o'clock, right? So I go and I lay back down. And this is the other reason I don't go back to sleep after I wake up. I have the weirdest, wackiest dreams in that period. I have weird
Yes.
dreams all the time anyway,
Yes.
but they're super weird if I lay
When
back
you
down
go
and go
back to sleep. Yes.
So in this wacky dream yesterday morning, somehow along the way, I don't know, I just find myself riding in a car with Michelle and Leslie from Naughty Knitwits, and we're going to a craft fair. Oh yeah, don't ask me how I got there. And so we're riding.
Because they're all on the other side of the country from us.
And so I'm in a car with Leslie and Michelle, just riding along, and then we get to where we're going, and I get lost, and I can't find you. Well,
Oh, no.
I don't know why I was looking for you. You weren't even around to begin with, and I couldn't find Leslie, and I couldn't find Michelle, and then all I just remember right before I woke up was finally finding them and discussing with them how bad menopause was frying my brain, and
I don't think they really want to know about
oh
that.
God, it was just weird. And then the next thing I know, it's like I clipped from being with them to I'm riding on a bus, and I can't
Because
find.
they ditched you and you had
I
to
guess
get
because I was talking too much about menopause, and then I'm looking for you. I'm freaking out because I can't find you. You're not on the bus, and I'm supposed to. I don't. It was just weird. And I got up and I thought, you know what? To hell with that. I am not going back to sleep. When I wake up, I'm just going to stay up because then I felt hungover. I felt crappy. I had to. I don't know. Anyway, it was just strange. Why in the world I would dream about those two, I do not know.
I don't know.
So,
Had you just recently
no,
watched a
I
podcast?
watched it like when it first came out. And it's been like a week and a
I
half.
don't know.
So, Leslie and Michelle, you were in my dreams. Just saying. Sorry it was about menopause, but apparently, well, but we were at a craft fair, so that was good. And of course, Michelle bought everything. She bought all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
She does.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
That's what she does. And that's why I like watching her podcast. I live vicariously through her.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
all right. Do we have anything else?
I don't think so.
Nope. Other than call out for anybody who wants to help us with the editing thing, the inserting stuff, the technology, please go to our Ravelry podcast thingy, you know, and comment, tell us whatever. Or just go there and introduce yourself, leave us a comment, ask a question. We'll be happy to
Or
answer
send us
you
a link
at some
for
point.
a tutorial.
Yes, that would be
That
wonderful.
would be helpful.
Oh, and the other thing, if anybody knows where you can get your hands on Haya 32 or 40 inch or 36 inch, ever how they make them, 2.25 sharps, please let us know. We're always on the lookout for them. Everywhere we go to find them, they don't have them.
I said the last time I found them on Amazon.
Well, then she tells me, and I go to look for them, and apparently somebody bought them all because I couldn't find any.
It wasn't me. I only bought 2.
Well, who knows? But yeah, if anybody knows a good source for that, I've found a couple on Etsy, but I go to check out and they're like, oh, we don't ship outside of the United States. I don't know what that's about, but I know. Don't ask me. Oh God.
Well, you're not outside of the United States.
No, they were. So
Oh.
they don't. I mean, they don't ship
To the United
to the
States.
United States from
Okay.
wherever they're at because they were out of the United States. So, are we gonna do this again?
We are. Hey, somebody commented that they liked the whole beer thing. So
Well, let me tell you, I have to say, the 1050.
seriously, people, she spent the night and we drank that 4-pack.
Do we drink the whole 4-pack? I thought we just drank 2. I thought you had 2 left when I left.
No,
Did we drink the whole 4-pack?
there might be one down there. I'd have to look, but we drank at least 3.
Yeah. But
This one is not so
good.
bad.
It was good. Oh,
This one is Anderson Valley Bourbon Barrel Stout. It's aged in wild turkey barrels. Yum yum.
versus domestic turkey.
Yes.
Oh, you'd be proud of me.
Yes. Why?
I did moonshine, whiskey, and whiskey tasting while I was in Gatlinburg.
Good for you.
That was some good stuff.
This one is only 6.9%. So,
Thank God.
in Anderson Valley, where is this one? Boonville, California.
They can't see the bottle.
Sorry. Bourbon Stout, Boonville. 6.9%.
God, do I need a spoon to eat this one too?
Itty bitty little beer glass. Glug, 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 glug. Well, see, since you did the whiskey tasting, you'll be good with the little bit of bourbon.
Yeah, I don't know, because the one whiskey I didn't like was the one that was just like a plain whiskey. The flavored ones I liked.
Uh-huh.
Like they had a good mango habanero,
Interesting.
cinnamon, salty watermelon, salted caramel. Oh, they were
Salty
good.
watermelon.
It was
doesn't sound
good. They were good. And the moonshine did the same thing.
So, here we go.
Hold on. Oh. Okay. I guess you snorted.
This is my favorite part of
I guess we will
Cheers.
say cheers.
And hopefully we'll see you in
Come
a
back
couple
and see
weeks.
us. Yep. If I don't decide to go to Savannah, we'll be back maybe, hopefully in 2 weeks
Are you going to try to go to Savannah again?
at some point, but no, not anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I do have to
Okay.
go to Atlanta next month.
Well, we're going to
So-
plan on 2 weeks. Hopefully that'll be it.
If this doesn't kill me.
Look at that. She just shoots it. All right, we're going to go now before Susan throws up.
Oh,
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
Hope we see you again soon.
bye.
Bye.